you know that National Marriage Week is coming up. I didn't even know they had a National Marriage Week, but it's really important. And Executive Director Sheila Weber is here, and she's going to reveal how being married can lead to living a longer life and a healthier life.
That's right. Yes, we want people to have more success because research shows that married people do have greater levels of happiness and more financial stability, better health, longer lives, and it's the best scenario for raising children to give them better chances in life.
Yeah, give them a balance.
We are back, and we have gathered our family together here because this is an important segment, and I think it's going to spark some lively conversation. February 7th kicks off National Marriage Week. We're joined by Executive Director Sheila Weber. Sheila, let's jump right into this. What exactly is this week all about?
It's February 7th to the 14th, the week leading up to Valentine's Day, and it's to celebrate marriage, to promote marriage, that it's a good thing for you, it's a good thing for America. We want to reduce divorce. We want to have people find more success because it benefits children and it reduces poverty.
Is that, go ahead. Is that why their new focus now is on is shifted towards marriage and being married and staying married? Is that one of the reasons?
Well, yes, because we've sort of gone through a season where I think people focused on being self-actualized and being independent and how can we have our own needs met, and it's sort of lost this value that we really need each other, and I think we've had some problems just kind of thinking that we can be so independent. We want people to realize how valuable it is to learn how to be together and to have it be a happy time.
Now, I read an interesting article lately, and it said that the baby boomer generation is more of the baby boomers are getting divorced because at the time when we were raised, it was about me, I, you're wonderful, you're perfect, you're this, and it's more of a selfish generation. And our children, who are the children that are I forgot the expression that they use, but they've seen that and they don't want that in their lives. They want to get married, and their idea is to get married and stay married and work at it harder. Do you find that that's true with the baby boomer generation, that we're a little bit more self-indulgent?
I do. Our generation seems to have experienced a lot of regret and mistakes, and people can recover, and we want them to do better the next time around, but also the younger generation maybe has some fear right now. They have fear because they don't want to live through what their parents lived through. Maybe they suffered as children through it and they want to have more success, so we want to help them with that. But there's also a growing movement toward long-term cohabitation, which I want people to realize it doesn't always give you the stability that you are hoping for and the commitment level. In fact, 70% of those who cohabitate do break up, and 20% marry and then later break up, so only 10% really ends in lasting marriage.
Wow.
You know, my parents married 61 years, and were, you know, there are times that was bumpy, and, you know, but they worked through it, they stayed in it. Many times, we all have done the expression, it's been a punchline of sorts, you know, our marriage is da-da-da, you know, and you say something, but everybody relates to the frustrations that go along with that. But now some of the trends are showing that people are waiting much longer before they get married. They're not doing it right, you know, early in their early 20s.
Well, I think there's some fear involved. I think
is
there's
that what
fear,
it is?
but we want people to get past that fear and realize that marriage actually brings you greater financial stability, that the happiness measurements are stronger for people who are together. People really do want lifelong lasting love. And so we want people to have increased marriage education. This is one of the things National Marriage Week USA wants to do, is to mobilize marriage education. Imagine fireworks 4th of July. We want to see every town in America have some sort of marriage education. People need it. They need to learn how to increase
counseling or just awareness of
learning how to speak in more effective ways, learning how to meet the emotional.
I so identify with
that.
Yes,
you actually have to learn skills, especially if you didn't see it in your own house.
Are you saying, I'm sorry, it's better to wait till you're older or start younger?
Well, I'm not going to make value judgments on that. I just think that people need to value marriage more than we are.
Because I know,
right
for me, I met my husband when I was 19, and he was 10 years older, so he was almost 30. It was the age I am now, 10 years later with 2 kids. So for me, there was like no compromise at the beginning because I was 19. So it was all about fighting and me, and I was doing this, and it was very difficult. So I would say maybe wait till 25
But I got
before you meet that
married
person.
at 40, and there's not a lot of compromise either, because you're in your ways, you're set in your ways, and it's really hard to change. You don't want to change anybody, but I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I'm not sure it's
do a
about
little bit.
chronological age. I think it's about self-awareness, but also having really good relationship skills.
Yeah.
And that can happen at any age.
That's true.
And also not going into it with a consumer mindset, rather go into it with a covenant mindset.
How do you do that, though, without losing yourself? Because a lot of times, like when we're speaking about language, when you talk to your spouse, you have to learn like another language in order to speak with them without compromising your principles or who you are as a person, and not get frustrated and not lose yourself in the relationship, because then you begin to resent your partner.
Definitely. You should, if you bury your own needs, then it comes out in other ways, you know, which is what leads people to destructive behaviors and passive aggressive behaviors. So you don't need to deny your own needs. You need to learn how to articulate them in a way that's respectful and engages, and that we can learn better ways to express our needs and to build empathy. People start out with goodwill. If there's goodwill, there are ways that we can learn to speak more respectfully to each other.
Class for that?
There are classes. There are lots of classes.
Yeah.
Funny is that you say that the best advice, I've been married for almost 2 years, very happily married, but the best advice I ever got was from Pat Williams with Orlando Magic. He said, you marry someone that makes you want to be a better person. And that was the best advice I think he ever, he gave me, and he said he's got a lot of kids. He's got like 19 kids because he adopts a lot. He says, that's the advice I give all my kids. Marry someone that makes you be a better person.
My husband has brought out qualities in me that I'm thankful for, and I wouldn't have learned them without him, and vice versa. There are amazing books that people don't even know about that are very helpful, and classes. There's one little concept that made a huge difference in my own marriage, and it came from a best-selling book, and it was that we both need love and respect, but the deepest need of the male is to feel respected, and the deepest need of the female is to feel loved.
Oh, I
And
knew
they're
that.
very distinctive. They're
Yes,
very
yes,
distinct needs. Of course, we both need both.
Sure.
But it changed the tone that I used with my husband. It changed the tone, and it changed the way I couched what I needed to say. And then he looked at some of his actions in a new lens. Is my wife feeling loved by...
I love that.
Those are important questions that we can ask each other.
Thank you. There's so much to talk about. I want to talk to you, but we can't now, but come back, because I'd love to talk about the blended family. When you're divorced, you have kids, and you both have kids, how you bring the families together, because that... Wow, that's a tough one. But anyway, would you come back and we'll continue this discussion? Thank you.
More on National Marriage Week. You can find out about it on our website, hallmarkchannel.com/home and family, or you can check out, we invite you to do so, nationalmarriageweekusa.org. And hopefully there's a lot of fireworks, so we pick a date, we celebrate it every year. Yeah, wonderful.
Every day.
You're up next.